Now, so good evening, one and all. Welcome to this last session of search engine optimization. Okay, uh, so we will be starting up, resuming from where we have left out in the Tuesday's class. But let me just give you a quick kind of a recap about what all we have learned in the past class. So yesterday, I mean not yesterday, but Tuesday's class was more of audit, and we've covered a lot of link building aspects, especially the manual outreaching content. How many of you have tried that? Is there anyone who have tried going approaching these bloggers or website owners? Is there anyone who have at least try finding out bloggers or website owners for their own niche? So please do that, guys, because it's very important that you also go and explore that thing practically. Okay, so yeah, we've learned more about how to approach these bloggers, and what are the things that you should consider while approaching these bloggers. So there was entire process, starting from setting up goals. So you set up goals by looking at your competitors backlink profile, like how many backlinks your competitors are having, and based on that you come upon a number that this is the number of backlinks that you want to build for your client or for your own website. Okay, and then we've learned more about the formula, like how you can find these bloggers and the website owners, and how you can approach them while creating a good content, email content. uh, and then once you finalize the website, that for example you have 10 website, you need to prioritize out of those 10 website, that out of these 10 I will be going after these two websites, like because they are having good domain authority, good page authority. Okay, so any website having 25 plus as a domain authority will be considered as a good domain authority, or considered as a quality website. Now, having said that, it is always good to have a backlink from higher domain authority websites, right? So don't consider when I say 25, because it also depends on the statistics of the bloggers, and they also charge you accordingly. If a website is having 25 as a domain authority, they'll charge you 500, 1500 based on their traffic and everything. Wherein the blogger who's having a domain authority like 85 or 90, they must be charging you bomb, right? So it also depends on that. Okay, after that we've learned more about the audit. Okay, and with the audit, how to perform this audit with with some quite a famous tool in this industry. We have learned in Tuesday's class, we've learned more about on page audit, off page audit. When you talk about on page, before on page you learn about crawling and indexing audit, which you have to carry manually. So when we talk about tools, I've also said that there are n number of tools available on the internet, but always go with the tool which is kind of meant for a specific objective, which is meant to perform or achieve a specific objective. For an example, screaming frog. So we've learned about the screaming frog, which is all in all an on-page audit tool, which helps you, which saves your time, your efforts. At one single place you get to know all title tag, all descriptions, and all heading tag at one single place, okay, about your entire website. So, and there are a few things which you have to go and manually check on the website. I won't suggest you or recommend you to go with the tool, right? Because it is always better to have a manually, or have a have some personalized touch into the audit, because these audits you will be submitting to your clients, right? So we have seen crawling and indexing, content audit, on page audit, off page audit, and we have seen kind of some manual audits like social media audit, or video audit, or brand audit, okay, which you have to perform manually. And then we have came to this topic called as a technical audit. So as I said, technical audit is all about making sure that your website page speed is fine, it's loading good as compared to the competitors. So we will be looking at the tool, the same tool which we have seen earlier. It is more of Google page speed, or if Google page speed is not available, then you can go with the GT metrics. So you always need to check the performance, the score by given by the Google page speed. So always consider 80, 85 plus will be considered as a good kind of score in both the devices, like whether it's a desktop or it's a smartphone. right? So these are the few suggestions which you get, and we have already seen these suggestions, in detail when we were learning about the technical SEO. So mostly you get minimize JavaScript, or minimizing the images, high resolution images, minifying the JavaScript and CSS, HTML files, applying browser caching on from from the control panel. So these all are the factors which actually affect your website's page speed. If I have to ask a question, just for a revision to all of you, so it's very simple question. Okay, when we talk about images on our website, what is the format, what is the extension, or what is the image format that you should always make sure that when you're uploading an image on your website or on your blog, just make sure that this format of image you are uploading on your website. No, it's not image alt tag. Yes, we are talking about PNG. No, Abhishek, it's not JPG. JPG or JPEG is for desktop version. It's more for printing. In fact, for printing also we prefer nowadays open file like PDF or CorelDRAW file. So for website, always follow a PNG format. All right, because it compresses entire image without affecting that much onto the quality part of it. All right, and then there is another tool which we will be discussing today. It's more about a tool which I also personally use as an agency to check websites. Again, it gives you it gives you the similar kind of data what we have seen for all the other tools, but when we look at the data, I mean the way they have presented the data, it is visually more appealing or more attractive. Okay, so I'm talking about the tool called as a website grader, website.grader.com. Now this particular tool is by HubSpot. I don't know how many of you have heard about HubSpot. HubSpot is also a very quite a famous company. When we talk about CRM and marketing softwares. So I will be checking one website live. So yeah, anyone who want to share your website, I will be doing a live audit, but I'll be checking only for one website because we have a limited time, and it will be a first come first basis. So those who share the first website, we will be checking their website live into this tool right now. Okay, so we have this website called as sdmarketing.co.in. All right. So again, if I have to give a brief introduction about this tool, this will give you overall SEO score, very very basic SEO score, considering all the basic parameters. But we use this tool to make proposals, to make pitches to the client, because as I said, it's visually more appealing. So we, I really take screenshots for from this particular tool. So okay, so sdmarketing.com says top digital agencies. All right, and I see some articles. All right, let me just add this website URL over here. Sorry, Ameya, Shubham, I've already taken one website. All right, so this is what I was trying to explain over here, that this is a free tool, so the information won't be that accurate, but yes, like basic information you can get it from here, and just take a screenshot and add into your presentation. As I said, we use this more for creating pitches and proposal to our client, right? And it becomes very handy that you don't need to go to other tools, just add this website into this tool, and you'll basically get the overall score of your website. So it is given by this tool as a 92, which is a good score to achieve, right? But then yeah, you can still improve much on this part, I mean on the score part. So this overall 92 score has been given considering all these four parameters: performance, mobile, SEO, and security. All right, so performance is the same. What we get to know from the Google page speed, like browser caching, page redirects, compression, and render blocking. And render blocking is all about blocking those JavaScript files. I don't know if you've added async code over here, but if you add a async code, maybe then you can also achieve uh, you know a render blocking part, as your tick mark part, or as a green check mark over here in this part. So take your help of your developer, just show them this tool, and tell them that I want to achieve a green check mark here as well, right? So they will help you out. And when you talk about mobile responsiveness, so this tool also help you to check whether this website is a mobile responsive or not. I can see, if I'm not wrong, this website is, I'm not sure, maybe it's into WordPress. Yes, it's no WordPress. So WordPress, more or less all the websites are nowadays mobile responsive, because you get those template, and those templates are responsive enough. And then when we talk about the SEO part of it, so again, don't consider this as accurate information. This only checks whether you have a title, description, or all these tags added on your website or not. But this doesn't gives you an insight that whether those title tags and description tags are perfect. For example, that you have to go and check manually. Okay, so for example, if right now I can see the title tag which only says top digital agencies, so I don't think this is the right title tag, for this page. I don't know who have shared this website, Abhishek, right? Yeah. So Abhishek, I don't think this is the right title tag. You need to add something more exciting to your title tag, because this sounds very generic. It can be top digital marketing agencies in Mumbai or in Chennai or in Bangalore, like wherever you want to target your company, or add some USP there, award winning or number one or top five, top 10, something like that. So make it a little more exciting, little more engaging. Okay. So yeah, it says everything is fine in SEO front, and then security. I'm not sure why it is giving you 10 out of 10, because right now here I can see that we don't have an SSL certificate to your website. So when I say security, it means an SSL certificate. So SSL certificate is also very important from your SEO campaign perspective, because Google has officially said that they give more priority to the websites who are having an SSL certificate over the website who are not having one. Okay, so it also creates an impact on the users. So there are two advantages. One, your website gets good ranking if you have an SSL certificate. Second, when user sees your website, they feel, when user comes to your website and they see that it's an HTTPS website, it gives them a kind of a confidence that yes, it's a genuine website, right? Why? Because when you go and click over here in this I button, it says your connection to this site is not secure. Why? Because you have not installed an SSL certificate onto your website. But when you can see here, it is having an HTTPS. So when you click on this, it says your connection is secure. So your information, for example, password or credit cards, numbers, is private when it is sent to this site. Now, a couple of questions, number one, how to install this certificate, how to buy it. So it's very easily available. You can buy it from, your website owner from where you have developed a website, or ask them to buy it from, all these hosting providers like GoDaddy, BigRock, HostGator. They also provide you the SSL certificate. How to install this? Over there, you have to take a help of website developer, because this requires a technical knowledge. They will go and install this from the from the server where you have hosted the website. So that is the number one question. Number two is, this is only a blog. A lot of question I get saying that SSL certificate is only required when you have some transactions going on your website, or when you are selling something online. So it is not, that whether you are selling something or not. When you have an SSL certificate, your customer feels that it's a secure website, which they are browsing. It may happen that if you are having a blog, then too you ask your subscribers, or the readers to subscribe your blog. Even there, they are sharing the email ID, right? So it is kind of a subscription, right? So it means they're sharing some detail with you. So if it is a own, like normal blog, information blog, then too I would recommend you to go ahead and buy an SSL certificate, right? So These are the couple of questions which we get, mostly when we talk about the SSL certificate. All right. So what should we? So that's what I've answered, Amaya. Just let me know if you have any other doubts. I believe I have already answered that question. What is SSL certificate for site? Yes, Shubham, I have just answered that. Is there any question about SSL certificate? I've answered the couple of FAQs which I get most of the time when we are discussing about the SSL certificate. So the only difference is, as I said, two differences, two main advantages: ranking and something about the genuinity, the confidence the users get when they are on the website. Okay, so Shubham, you can get certificate from GoReady, HostGator, or you can ask your your website developer or development team. They will be able to provide you the information. All right. Any questions, Shubham, Ameya, on SC certificate? Are you guys there? Great. So apart from these tools, Amya says also I have found a site called Let's Encrypt which gives SSL for free. Do you know about its reliability? I would always suggest you to go with the paid version for it. I mean, it doesn't cost you much. I mean, we also sell SSL certificate for around 1500 a year, so that's not too much. To for like there are multiple SSL certificates. Okay, let me tell you first. But when you go with the normal certificate, the basic one, which starts from, I don't know, everybody sells in a different cost, but we sell it for 1500 rupees a year. Uh, so yeah, that basic one will also help you out to achieve all these two objectives. Getting an HTTPS on your website, and second, to tell Google that it will help you in SEO rankings as well. Okay. Now these are some of the other SEO tools which are also being used in the industry. Okay. So you can also use these tools. Some of them, I personally use, and some of them are there recommended by the industries, like Screaming Frog. I use it very often. Google Search Console, it is a must-have. Google Page Speed is a must-have. SEM Rush, yeah. So you can choose in between both of them, like whether you can go with SEM Rush or Moz Open Site Explorer, which we have seen. So you can take any one of them. I mean, it's still fine. But SEM Rush is also gives you the same kind of detail what you get from the Moz, like everything. You get to know the backlink, on page, off page, everything. And then you have a rank watch for keyword ranking analysis. So there is one tool which I want to recommend instead of rank watch. There is one tool called as a pro rank tracker. Okay, which I use for my agency. Okay, it's not from personal, it's pro rank tracker. All right, so this tool will help you to rank or basically to check the ranking of your keywords. Now, if you're working on one project or two projects or maximum three projects, where you have to check keywords ranking for say 20 or 30 keywords. So it's very simple. You go manually and check those keyword ranking on Google by searching those keywords manually. But when you are working on 5, 10 clients, and you're dealing with the clients on 100 keywords or 50 keywords, it becomes very difficult to check those keywords ranking manually, right? So for that, you should have a tool which will help you to track your ranking, automatically. Like it's always have good to have a tool where you can share an access to your client. They can check ranking 24/7. So those who are looking for this tool, I have some discounts. Maybe after this session, you can let me know. I'll be sharing those coupons and links with you from where you can buy this, a tool with discount. All right. So that is what more about the keyword ranking analysis. And then we have a Google Keyword Planner, which is also a must-have, right? For to do a keyword research. Again, Moz have also introduced their Keyword Explorer, but it's still in a beta version, so not everyone are like kind of using that particular tool. But Yeah, Google Keyword Planner still holds the number one position when you talk about the keyword research. Okay, so these are the tools, some of the best tools available in the industry and their usage. Okay, uh, like for me, Screaming Frog, Search Console, Moz, ProRank Tracker, Google Keyword Planner, Google PageSpeed. These are the tools which we use quite often. Another tool for backlink checker, if you, but it's very expensive. We also use that. We have a paid version subscription to that particular tool, is called as Ahref. So I would also like to recommend that particular tool to everyone. uh, it's a little expensive. In fact, their trial version is also for the $7. So, but it gives you and kind of an outstanding information. We specifically use Ahref to track our competitors' backlink, like from where our competitors are building those backlinks, right? So yeah, Ahref is also kind of a must, right? So that's all we have for the tools section. Any questions regards to whatever we have learned till now about the audit part or about the tools part? Do let me know right now so we can take those questions right away. Yes, any questions, queries regards to this part? So Yashwant says Chrome extensions, and yes, I have got one Chrome extension. Good question, Yashwant. Uh, Good that you have recollected me. I was about to share this, but that was skipped through my mind. So there are two Chrome extensions which I would like to share with all of you. Number one is when I say SEO company in Bangalore. So this is what I'm talking about. You see these numbers, and when you click on this number, you get to know their Alexa rank, their SimilarWeb, their Facebook likes, their AdWords budget, and so on. So this is again through an extension called as a SERP trends. All right. So by this tool, I'm only using this tool so that I can get to know which position is this. Okay. And many a time it also help you to understand whether this particular website has improved their ranking or not. Okay. But again, since it's a free, so I don't go much with the results. All right, right now it is not showing something. Otherwise, you will be able to see, here instead of yellow mark, if the ranking is went down, sometimes you see, a red triangle, which is going downwards, and over there it also shows you -4. It means this particular website has went down by 4 position. And sometimes you also see a green triangle, having an upward signal, and also gives you plus sign, +2. So it means that particular website has jumped by 2 position. Okay, so that kind of data also it provides. All right, so this is what more or less we get to know from SERP trends. And apart from SERP trend, now one tool which I will be showing you now, the Chrome extension. This is the must have. Okay, uh, why this is a must have, I'll tell you. This will be helping you out, especially in the activity of bloggers outreach or manual content outreach. How? So the tool which I'm talking about is a Chrome extension by a Moz. So it is called as a Moz bar, right? Okay, so let me show you people. I believe there are a few people who are not aware about how to go into Chrome store and how to install those tools. So there you go. Go into the setting, more tools, extensions. Okay, so these are the extensions, and then search for the extensions you want. For example, SERP trends. So there you go. It is already there. It is installed on my machine. Or you can search for Moz bar. There you go. It is there. Okay, so let me just tell you how you can take an advantage from a Moz bar. So first you need to activate the Moz bar. Let me just activate this. So what happens, guys? I mean, when you go for a manual content outreach, okay, you have to go and check those websites, domain authority and page authority manually, copying the website URL and pasting into small SEO tools or Moz Open Site Explorer. But this particular Chrome extension, this will help you. This will help you to understand the domain authority and page authority just right here below the website results. There you go. Can you see this? This website is having an page authority of 37 and domain authority of 31. This website is having a page authority of 32 and domain authority of 45. So it saves a lot of time. Now you don't need to go separately copy this website and paste it into some other tool to check the domain authority and page authority. So by just looking at, or by just having this extension, you'll be able to know what is the domain authority and page authority of this website. And once you are done with checking out all the Chrome, all the domain authority, or once you have done doing an activity of a manually content outreach, just pause this tool, or inactive this tool. That's it, right? So don't you think this becomes a kind of a time consume? I mean, it saves a lot of time, from. Okay, so I have a little question. Ameya says off-topic question, but creating landing page, I will ask at the end. Yeah, sure. Please do ask that question at the end. All right. So I hope all of you have noted down these extensions, because Moz bar is kind of a must-have. All right. I hope all of you are there. At least respond, guys. Great. So going forward, let's quickly jump to the next topic, which is the last topic, okay, of this entire module, which is all about algorithms, right? So now we will be learning more about the Google algorithm. So how many of you have heard about Google algorithm, by the way, and what these algorithms are all about? If I have to ask you, what these algorithms are all about? Yes, anyone? Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right, Noel. You're right, Murthy, Abhishek. So these are kind of rules. Okay. Yes, protocol, guidelines for bots. You're perfectly right, Yashwan. So, if you look at the definition of algorithm, these are the small piece of programs. And these programs are nothing but the rules and guidelines and protocols for the websites, or sorry, for the search engine bots. So these are meant for the websites. Okay. So algorithm is the only one who decides which website needs to be ranked at what position. I'm repeating this again. We have learned more about algorithm in the first class when we were learning about how Google search engine works. So there is an algorithm which runs behind the Google. When you perform any search query and you press enter, there is an algorithm which is running behind the Google, and this algorithm is the one who decide which website needs to be ranked at what position. Okay, so it is very important for all of you to also understand what these algorithms are all about, and kind of an execute your SEO activity in a such a way, which is by following all the guidelines. Okay, by not going against this algorithm, you have to be there on the same page with all the algorithms, right? So let's learn more about this algorithm. So we have this link where it gives the entire Google algorithm timeline, the entire history of Google algorithm, which is via Moz. There you go. So, all of you must be having a question that how often Google changes all this Google algorithm, or and how it affects the websites. So each year Google changes its search algorithm around 500 to 600 times. Wow, that's huge. 500 to 600 times each year they change their search algorithm. While most of these changes are minor, but Google occasionally rolls out a major algorithm update such as Google Panda and Google Penguin. And let me tell you guys, these updates affects search results in significant ways. So if your website is not, by following all this algorithm, Google can out your website. I mean, if you're not following these algorithm guidelines, that Google controls basically those results based on these algorithms. So if you don't follow it, your ranking will be there at the maybe at the 10th page or 100th page, right? So it's very important for you to understand what this Google Panda and Penguin is all about, because these are one of the two major important algorithm updates, right? Now let me tell you first. I mean, by following this page you'll get to know the entire history of the algorithm, like when exactly with the date, when did they came up with what kind of algorithm update, right? So it is there available on the mouse. But before going forward, let me just tell you that there is no connection with penguin as an animal with the algorithm feature, or this algorithm are not having any kind of animal feature which you find in the penguin or in the panda, right? We all know that Google is quite innovative in terms of this naming convention. Okay, we all know that, for an example, let's talk about Google Android. Okay, so Android is an operating system in smartphones. So over there they have a naming convention which is based on a sweets. I don't know all of you have heard about these names, but Android Oreo, Nougat, ice cream sandwich, Kit Kat, these are some of the names which they give to their, all the operating system updates, right? Similar way, here they follow the animal names. Okay, to give their algorithm updates, they give, they follow the animal names. So that is why you have a panda and penguin. Okay, so the major algorithm updates which affect your websites ranking basically into the search engine listings. Majorly these are Panda and Penguin, but then there are some small parts of other algorithm which are also attached or covered under Panda and Penguin. So we will be learning more about those. So number one is Hummingbird. All right. So Hummingbird is also a small part of when you say it's a small part of Google Panda, right? So it affects all the website where you have a low quality content or where you are following keyword stuffing. I hope all of you can recollect the example of keyword stuffing. We've seen an example of keyword stuffing. I hope all of you can recollect that. Yes. So if you are following that practice on your website, then there is this update called as Google Hummingbird. This algorithm can, be penalize your website from the search ranking. So what you should do, avoid using a keyword stuffing. Focus more on the content clusters. How many of you can recollect the content cluster? Taking the one keyword, the seed keyword, we have taken an example of weight loss and then creating, a content around that keyword about the weight loss. So over there you create spoke pages and hub pages. So your hub page is the main landing page, your main page, your main article about the weight loss. And then you create 10, 12 different articles around the same topic. Okay, and point all the links to the main page. So spoke pages are linking back to the main hub page. So that is a solution. Follow content cluster. Make sure that the quality of the content is a high quality content and unique content. Avoid doing keyword stuffing. Otherwise, you get penalized by the hummingbird. And there you go. Then we have the most important, one of the most important algorithm called as Google Panda. Wow. Can you see those image? I mean, you can relate this, it so Google penalize all those websites where you are having a duplicate or a spammy content, right? Or similar, because this hummingbird is also part of panda. So if it is a keyword stuffing, if it's a duplicate content, a low quality content, a copy pasted content, then Google have the complete control to penalize your website from the search ranking. They have the complete control that they can out you from the search results, right? So what to do? I mean, it is very important to do a regular site check for your content duplication, because see, we always rely on the content writers. I mean, we understand that you have a complete trust, faith on your content writer, but it is always good to do a regular site check on the content, on the content quality part, because you never know that your content writer may be in pressure. He has a lot of workload. He must be copy pasting from somewhere else and giving you the same duplicate content, right? So always perform a regular check and analysis on your content quality, right? So that is what Panda is all about. Panda is all about content, it's all about content quality. And then we have Penguin, the cute little penguin, right? But it is not, it is not that cute when we talk about the effect of Penguin, right? So Penguin is more related with the backlinks. If Google finds out that you are getting or you're generating backlinks, spammy backlinks from some low quality websites, then Google have the complete control to penalize your website or to can out your website from the search results. Again, same solution over here. You have to monitor your link profile growth and run a regular audit with the backlink checker. Why? Because we've learned this in detail, how to find out spammy backlinks. I hope all of you can recollect about that, how to find out the spammy backlinks. I think in the last session we have learned more about the spam analysis and then how to disavow those backlinks through Search Console. All right. So Penguin is more about the backlinks, right? So Amaya says over optimized anchor text. So when I say over optimized, getting backlink always from your bang on keyword. Okay. So you always get a backlink right from all the websites. So it is not advisable to get a backlink always from a keyword. So for an example, your keyword is SEO company in Mumbai. Now, if you're getting, sometimes you get a backlink from a keyword like SEO company in Mumbai, that is good. But not all the time it is advisable to get a backlink from the bang on keyword. It should be, somewhere here and there with the text. So it can be the best SEO company in Mumbai or one of the best SEO company in Mumbai. Take a backlink from that anchor text, right? So that is what over optimized anchor text is all about. Yes, synonyms, phrases. So that's what I mean. Read more, click here. That is also an advisable, or you can also get a backlink from from your website as a link, right? So if you guys, so there is a question to all of you, right? So question is, if you guys have analyzed or observed Google Panda and Penguin, from which topic you can relate this Panda and Penguin? The question is, out of entire SEO, which is the topic which you can relate with Panda and Penguin? Concept wise, can anyone answer this question? If you guys have analyzed Google Panda and Penguin, yes, content. So content is there. That's right. Good. So now you are trying to get into it. Yes. Anyone else apart from Ameya and Yashwant? Yes, backlinks are there. But which concept, which topic I'm talking about here? So if you closely analyze, so Abhishek says internal SEO. All right. Ameya says on age. Okay, it's on page. Yes, that is what I was that is what the answer is. If you closely analyze, Panda is more of content. Where do you find your content? It's on your website. So it's all about on page because it's on your website. And Penguin is all about backlinks, right? And where do you have backlinks? Backlinks comes under where? In off page, right? So Panda is for on page and Penguin is for off page. So this is another way so that you guys can remember it in a right way. I mean, these are the questions which people gets a lot of questions, these kind of questions in their interviews. So just so that you guys can remember it correctly when you go for an interview, that which are the popular Google algorithms. So you can tell that for on page you have Panda, and Google Penguin is for off page, where it is related to the backlinks, and Panda is related to the content, low quality content, right? And then we have a pigeon. We have seen pigeon update, just a highlight of the pigeon update when we were learning more about the local SEO. So pigeon update is more related with overall on page and off page both. Okay, where you are following low quality content and you are also getting low quality backlinks. But this is not applicable for all the website. This is more applicable for the local players. So I have seen, Google, like Pigeon is quite a recent update as compared to Panda and Penguin, because when Panda and Penguin were launched, I have seen that the local players, they were not affected by that much by the Panda and Penguin, but those local players, they were doing keyword stuffing, they were building low quality backlinks to fool Google basically, so that they can achieve ranking on a faster mode, and top of the Google they were there. But then Google have launched a Pigeon update, which is specifically for the local players, and it is overall for for entire SEO, for both on page and off page, right? So how to adjust? I mean, again, the same guideline. Focus should be on quality content, and when you talk about link building, so for local SEO, what we've learned, where you should go and build link. I'm talking about the local directories, right? So build backlinks only from those local directories which are the quality ones. And how to check whether those websites are quality websites or not? How to check whether those websites are quality websites or not? By looking at their domain authority, page authority, or you can also manually. I mean, nowadays we are living in an age, in an internet, on in an internet life. When you land on a website, I believe you get some idea that okay, this website looks good, or by looking at the website you can understand that this website sounds little shady or looks little a kind of a shady website. Okay, so that is also there. Now this is the game changer. Okay, the mobile get-in. I mean, everything from now Google is doing is smartphone centric. Okay, number one. And second is user centric. I'll come to the user centric part when we talk about the rank brain update, okay, which is the latest update by Google rank brain. First, let's discuss about the mobile get-in. So mobile get-in is all about a lack of a mobile version of the page, poor mobile visibility. Now if your website is not mobile responsive, then Google won't rank you high, specifically in the smartphone results. All right, so I don't know how many of you have seen or gone through with this scenario. Or people, those who have seen, they can tell me yes, they have gone through with that particular scenario. So the question is, how many of you have seen different results of a same keyword on smartphone and on a desktop? On both the devices, you see different results when you perform a similar query or when you perform a similar keyword. Yes, so sometimes you get the different results. What's the reason behind it? Can anyone get the answer? Why it is happening? Okay, I am not sure it is because of different IP address. So different IP address is based on the location, Noel. Google also serves you the results based on your location, so it gives you more results. So that is for the maps and the local results. But the main reason behind the different results is responsiveness. Google ranks mobile responsive websites higher in the smartphone searches. So if your website is not mobile responsive, Google will rank your competitor's website above you if they are having a responsive website. Okay, so that is what mobile get an update is all about. They prefer Google gives more preference, more priority to the website which is a responsive website into the smartphone searches. And we all know the fact that nowadays people are more searching on their smartphone as compared to on their desktop. So maximum number of your customers are there on smartphone. So you cannot avoid this fact, especially nowadays. I mean, when smartphone users have already taken over took over by the desktop users. So this is the important fact. I mean, make sure that your website is responsive, right? And then the latest update which I was talking about was the rank brain. So rank brain is more centric from a user experience. Okay, now when I say user experience, Google is becoming smarter day by day. And in fact, I don't know how many of you have seen the latest videos of Google I/O conference, which happened in 2018. I hope all of you have seen how smartly they are incorporating artificial intelligence into their Google bot or into their Google Maps. Is there anyone who have seen those videos of Google I/O conference 2018? So the future is going to be all about AI, and Google is also incorporating their artificial intelligence into the Google's algorithm. And for that, we have a Google Rank Brain. Now, this Rank Brain follows what is being most liked by users. Okay, it is completely user centric. Now, when I say, why it is an user centric, it means Google can now understand the intention behind searched keyword. Okay, Google can now understand the intention behind the search keyword, right? So let me give you an example. All right. So for example, I'm searching SEO experts in Mumbai. Now, when I say Google is following user signals, this is how they understand. Now, just imagine I have searched this keyword. Now, Google randomly rank all the websites, just to check whether it is been liked by the users or not. All right, definitely it checks their parameters, their on-page and off-page parameters. But just imagine by checking all the on-page and off-page parameters, they have ranked these two websites at the top. Now, user is going to this website, and user is also going on to this website. But what he is doing is, without interacting much on this website, he has closed the tab. Okay, but when he landed on this website, he's spending more time. So this is going to convey, to the Google that out of these two websites or three websites or four websites, the most liked website by the user is this particular website. So this gives Google an indication that the content on this website, or maybe the layout or the user experience on this website, is engaging, right? So Google, from next time onwards on this keyword, Google will give more priority onto this website as compared to the other ones. All right. So that is what user experience is all about. If users are not sticking to your website, if users are not staying more time on your website, that gives an indication to Google that this website is not quite engaging. Now it comes down now how to solve this problem. I mean, what is the thing that will rank you there at the top by following Google Rank Brain update? There are two things. Okay, not only for Rank Brain but for your overall digital marketing. This is very important. Two important suggestions, or you call it as a tips, which I will be sharing right now. Number one is be relevant. You know, whatever you are writing, just be relevant. If things are relevant enough, people will stick to your website, and make sure that it's an engaging, whether it's a content, whether it's an image, whether it's a video, whatever content you are creating, make sure that it's a relevant, unique and engaging. Okay, and number two, Whether it's a SEO strategy or whether it's any marketing strategy you are making, make sure that strategy is a user centric. Okay, because that is what Google is following. If users are liking your website, Google is liking your website. If users are not liking your website, Google is not liking your website. Okay, so make sure whatever you're doing, everything has to be relevant and a user centric. Okay, and when I say user, these are your potential customers. Now, how to understand your user? I'm going back to the first session. In the first week, we have learned about the buyer persona, right? So you know who is your buyer, who is your customer. You know their habits. You know what kind of knowledge they carry and what they are expecting. So once you get to know, once you get this question, what they are expecting, then you can prepare your page which gives them the answer, which gives them what they are expecting. And if you are able to do this, let me tell you, in marketing, in SEO especially, if you understand what your customers are expecting and you are able to provide them the same thing or somewhat around that, you will be there at the top of Google. That is what, when I say being relevant and being user centric, is all about. All right. So yes, Ameya, bounce rate and everything is taken into consideration. No, Ameya, I mean, to answer your first question, YouTube have got altogether different algorithm, and Google search is have got altogether different algorithm. All right, and then we have a Fred update. So Fred update is for especially those bloggers, who are promoting kind of a content which is I'm talking about the advertorials basically. So heavy ad centric content I'm here talking about. Now when I say heavy ad centric, it means writing a content which is aggressively promoting a product. So let me tell you that Google is now smart enough to understand that this content is aggressively promoted. How? So let me give you an example, okay? So let's consider an example for, say for there is a nutrient, you have protein shakes, right? So we have these protein shakes. Now there's one company, say ABC company. It's into a protein shakes, okay? Now, all the other websites, all the other blogs are not rating that company as good as you are rating them. Okay, so consider all the entire internet is rating that particular company as a 2 star or 1 star, but your blog is, all of a sudden your blog is rating them say around 4.5 star or 4 star. Why you're rating them? Because I'll tell you why this blogger do all these things. They only do this so that they can make good money from the clicks they generate from that particular post, or when somebody is buying a product by clicking on their blog. So that is what Fred update is meant for. Fred update is for all the bloggers who are writing low quality blog posts, which are heavily ad centric content. All right, so don't over promote anything, because you never know that you can be caught by Google's Fred update. This is especially for the bloggers. I believe there are bloggers who are planning to start their blog, because at the start of the session I have seen a lot of people were telling me that they want to start their own company on their blog. So this is for them. All right. And then we have, as I said, Google is giving more priority to the users. And where are the users nowadays? Google is giving more priority to the users, and all the users are nowadays on the smartphone. So gone are those days when Google used to first index your desktop website. Now Google index mobile website first. So it is expected in 2018, but it is already being launched. Okay, I believe in January, February, somewhere in Jan Feb. Google have launched this update where they now indexed your mobile website first. So in 2018, if you're planning to start a business, an online business or a website or a blog, it has to be responsive. Otherwise, you don't deserve to be there, or you don't deserve to start a business, which is an online business, right? So Google will down rank sites that are not mobile friendly and also rank your desktop site based on your mobile website. There you go. Let me tell you that 4 years back, or in fact, forget 4 years, 2 years back, the story was completely different. The story was completely different. 2 years back, Google used to rank the desktop website first and they had desktop indexing first. Now in 2018, it's all about mobile. So if your website is not mobile, forget about the ranking. It's not, if it's not mobile responsive, forget about the ranking. All right. So how to adjust? The solution is mobile responsive website with fast loading time. So what Google recommends is make sure your website is mobile responsive, the structure markup is done, you have added your robots.txt and submitted your XML sitemap into the search console. That's what Google recommends. And there you go. We are done with the module now. We have left out with the half an hour, but we will be utilizing this half an hour, in a good way, right? So first of all, I will be sharing all the blogs and all the websites which I personally follow, or some of the blogs which are my personal favorite, where I've subscribed to them just to keep myself updated and revise myself. Now, it may happen that going forward in future, you want to revise yourself, you want to do some revision when you're going for an interview, or if you're working and you want to be keep yourself updated with the industry, there are some websites and blogs which you should follow and subscribe to. All right, let me share those websites and blogs. So the top SEO blogs that you should follow, I hope everybody is noting it down. Okay, so number one is Search Engine Land. Okay, so number one is searchengineland.com. And then we all know Moz is all in all, best website for the SEO lovers, or people who are into SEO industry. You have to be there on Moz. Okay. And then you have SEObythesea.com by Bill Slawski. SEObythesea.com. And then we have a Point Blank SEO by John Cooper. Point Blank SEO. And this is my personal favorite. Okay, I don't know if you guys are reading about SEO, you must have come across either with Backlinko's website by Brandian, or you must have come across Neil Patel's website, neilpatel.com. So this is my favorite one. I mean, Brandian. This guy is a genius. I mean, about when talk about backlinking, the best strategies. I mean, he personally follows all those strategies, and if it provides him the results, then it also shares it with the readers and users. All right. And some online SEO resources which will help you to be updated, like Beginner's Guide to SEO from Moz. So Moz have got, if I go into this section, Learn Moz, they have a complete learning center, where you can learn everything topic by topic, subject by subject, step by step, like, ranking, on-site SEO, link building, crawling, site audits, local SEO, keyword research, everything. Okay, so it is there, Moz Beginner's Guide. I think there's, yeah, this is what I was talking about. I was thinking why it has not came yet. So Google's SEO Starter Guide by Google. So Google also shares some of the guidelines. There you go. It's by Google. So you can also follow. These are for optimizing images to content to on page to for the mobile website, how to get more crawling pages, more index pages, everything what we have learned. So more or less the content is from this starter guide. I mean, we have combined the content from all, from entire internet and the industry experts, who have people who have achieved results by following these techniques. That is what we have, added into the module. So it is there. It's the same Google search quality rater guideline, basics of link building by Moz. So it is there in the starter guide in the learning center. You can also download it from there, and the digital vidya blog. Yes. So I would also recommend you to follow digital vidya to keep yourself updated into the industry. And yes, now the one tool which we have not discussed, but which is also a free of cost tool available in the market called as Google Analytics. So to measure your SEO campaign, to measure your SEO campaign, which you can do it by two ways. Number one is with the help of keyword ranking, which you can do it manually or you can have some paid tool. And second, to measure your SEO campaign is to measure your website traffic, right? So that you can do through Google Analytics. Now we have a separate module, okay, with Digital Vidya for Google Analytics, and I'm sure people who are into into the part of CDMM, they must be having a session about analytics, right? But Google also have got a self-paced, a video-based tutorials, a complete academy about Google Analytics. So let me share a link. If anybody who wants to learn more about the analytics, they can register themselves. It's a free of cost and it is by Google. So and I have personally, I've gone through with all the video lectures that I've recommended to many of my students who are interested into making their career into web analytics. It is for them. Let me just share the link. And I've done that. Great. So my next question, to all of you is, what is your next move? What is your next step? When we talk about a career in SEO, now I'm here to guide you guys, okay, to answer your questions, to your queries, specifically about career in SEO. So let's talk more about that. What you will be doing next. Please share so I can guide you in a right way. And if you have any queries like how to go ahead about the career into an SEO, but I cannot tell you in general, but I would be appreciate all of you if you guys ask those questions, queries, related to your career, or about your next step in the career to make into, making your career into SEO basically. So Yashwant says, sir, the important must concept in SEO I must practice to get the job. Like if you interview us for a company, what are the skills you are going to expect from us? Wow, very good question, Yashwant. So see, first of all, every company have a different criteria or different process for hiring. Okay, I will be sharing what are the criteria or process we follow. Okay, first of all, we don't look at the academics. Okay, we have stopped looking at the academics. What we follow is we check your LinkedIn, we check your Facebook page, we check all your social media profiles. People who are coming for an interview, we first check their LinkedIn profile. Number one. Second, kind of especially check about the aptitude test. I mean, the logics are clear or not. Some basic logic. And second, we look for a multitasker because again, it is all about, it's not on only about the SEO, but it is all about working as a team, working as a teammate. And it should not be that you are sticking yourself with SEO only. There is a huge scope in entire digital. So we look for how quick you can adapt, or how quick you can change, or how quickly you can mix up with other people with the different mentalities. Okay, that is the other side of hiring process. Coming back to SEO, what we specifically look, number one, you should have done around three to four projects, or you should have a 3 to 5 case studies, some success stories where you have helped clients or bloggers to rank them on any specific keyword. Okay, so we actually tell them that, is there any website which I can check right now on Google by searching those keywords? So that is number one. And then we ask question that, what kind of activities you have done to achieve this ranking, and what is the advantage, what are the benefits which you have got once you have ranked your website on this keyword. So that includes basically everything about on page and off page, right? And if you are having some kind of expertise into content writing or having those creative ideas, it is like it's like a cherry to the cake, right? Cherry on the cake, so whatever you say, right? So that is the thing which we actually look at into into the executive level or senior executive level when you are hiring person for the SEO team. Okay, I'm not sure if I have answered your question correctly, Yashwant. I was just trying to explain the process and hiring process what we have in our company. Amaya says we'll look to go for a job internship in digital marketing field for an SEO job. What are the skills required other than typical SEO? Yeah, I mean, so okay, so most of the students come across and come up with this kind of question that, I will be now going for an internship or a job. What is the way forward? How should I go and grab opportunity or job opportunity into these companies? So number one, I will always tell you that take up projects. Okay, work for free at least for 6 months. Okay, at least for 6 months, work for free. Take your clients, take your friends project for their website. Why I'm telling you to take up these projects for free? So that you make them as your case study. So create some success stories and add that success story into your portfolio, right? And these success stories will win you more clients if you are going into freelancing way. And these success stories, when you added this into your portfolio or into your CV, will win you a job, okay, in a good company. So that is the way forward. I mean, forget about the money. Don't think much to make money right now. Try to gather some hands-on experience, okay, and that you will be only getting once you work on some live projects, right? So that is the kind of recommendation or suggestion I would be giving you for the way forward. And people who are planning to start their own business into digital marketing, they should slowly start meeting clients, understanding their requirements, or outsourcing their work to some other digital marketing agency. At least do this for 1 year, so that you get to know that what kind of questions are being asked by the clients, and what are the answers these digital marketing companies give to those clients. So that when you exchange these kind of question answers quite often, then you come to know that these are the scenario. Then in future, when you have your own company, your own team, at that time, when you have the same scenario, you can answer those questions very easily, because we have been through that scenario earlier, right? So that is what this recommendation for everyone, SEO analyst or SEM analyst, which has the scope in long term. Which one should I opt for? So Shubham, your question should not be limited yourself to SEO or SEM. You should be looking after the entire digital marketing. Your end goal should be a digital marketing manager or a head digital, or a vice president, or a director in digital marketing, right? To start with, that's a good question. To start with, initially, you cannot see, nobody can master digital marketing at, in a say 2 months or 3 months. Okay. So my recommendation would be, take up one module. Okay. And I am not the one who will be telling you to take up SEO module or social media module or SEM module. This question you have to ask yourself. Which module you are more passionate about, which particular thing you have liked the most about the digital marketing. Is it about writing content or building backlinks? Then it is SEO. Is it about thinking some creative concepts for making a post viral? Then it's a social media. Or if you want to straightforward uh, work on a getting more leads, getting more clicks, do a branding campaign, then it's an SEM. So when you ask this question to yourself, you get to know which thing you like the most and which thing you are more passionate about. So take up any module and do some projects on that module. Repeat the same thing for say 6 months or 1 year. So you master, say for example, you have taken an SEO module. You work on that module, get some experience, get some hands-on experience. You master that module, take up another module after that. Say take up an SEM, take up a social media. So by the time 3 years, 5 years down the line, you will be knowing the entire digital marketing. And don't forget, everyone, please, this is not an industry which remains the same. Here the industry changes every day, in fact in every hour. You have got a lot of new features, new things are coming into this industry. So the challenge in this industry we have is to be updated. You always have to be updated with the industry. Otherwise you go, many times it happens that you will go for a pitching and client will tell you that these are the new things which came into and I'm looking for that thing. So you have to be updated with those terminologies and features which you see in the digital marketing. Abhishek says, I've started a website for digital marketing agency and SEO is important part. We seen the website in the class. Whom I do move forward, please guide. I didn't got your question. Important part we seen in the website in the class. I would. I also would like to work with an established company to gain experience. So that's a good way, Abhishek. That I would really appreciate your efforts. That at least I have seen many students who think for entire 6 months, 1 year, they spend their time to just for thinking that now I will start my website. But you appreciate your work, that you have at least taken one step towards it, that you have started a website. Now what you should do is take some projects and simultaneously optimize your website here. Whatever you're learning through Digital Vidya's modules, experiment all those things on your website, implement all those things on your website. Okay. And simultaneously work on some projects, not right now, and start meeting clients. Abhishek, start meeting clients, and once you get client, go and approach a digital marketing companies like us and tell them that I have one project, but I will be working as an intermediate in between. Okay, so you can also have a chance to keep your margins over there, right? And as I said, once you become an intermediate, whatever questions you get from clients, ask those questions to the digital marketing company, the established digital marketing companies, get answers from there, and pass on the same answer to the client. What you will be doing, you're just passing question and answer from here and there, but you will also slowly start start understanding that this is how things works in this industry. Because starting up in business, it's especially in digital marketing, is completely different ball game. It's altogether a different game. Because when you say business, it's more from a client servicing, managing client. And once you know how to manage client, the another challenge is you need to manage your resources, you need to manage your employees, you need to manage your team. Okay, so that's completely different thing. But start step by step. You've taken one step, follow these steps, and you will be there. Like, not again in 3 months or 6 months, but it'll take some time. Okay, but don't lose out your patience. You need to go step by step. Shubham says, sir, start with digital marketing, which is better to work on client side or agency side. I would always recommend you to work on an agency side, Shubham, to start with. Why? Because agency side, you'll get an exposure. You will get an opportunity to work on multiple industry and multiple category. But when you work on a client side, you will end up working on a single industry on a single website. I hope you're getting my point. But having said that, if you're not getting enough opportunity in agency side, start at least working on a client side. So showing that experience, you can be placed in the agency side, right? So both the things are fine. But if you ask me the priority, I would always suggest you to go with the agency side because you get more exposure. Great. So when we talk about pre SEO learning, I have got some more links to share with all of you. Let me just share this first. And then we talk about the SEO team, a career in SEO. So this is how in agency we work. This is how we, have different departments to work in. Like for SEO, you have off page, on page team, off page team, and then mostly the SEO strategy part and consulting part is being managed by the SEO project manager. And then we have altogether a separate wing for Google Panda and penalty recovery. So this team will help all the clients to recover from the penalty which they are suffering from. Okay, so on page team will look after the technical SEO and page speed part, and off page team will look after the backlink part and the content outreach part, right? So that is how the team, the SEO team looks like. Now, having said that, what will you do, if you get a client tomorrow? If you get a SEO client, say by tomorrow, I mean, what happens, when I end up this, when we are ending this module, I get this very common question from all of my students that, sir, we now know SEO, we know on page, we know off page, we know how to build backlinks, but from where should we start? If we get a client tomorrow, from where should we start? So what I have done is I have created a complete SEO process checklist to kickstart a project. And I have made this process checklist in such a way where it also becomes a complete course recap for you. So how many of you need that? How many of you need that? A complete process checklist to kickstart a project, and in a way, it's a course recap. I would be only showing it if I get maximum yes. Only four people need that. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. What about others? Vinodini, Shubham said yes. What about Shashank? You're there, Shashank? I hope you're there, Shashank, and you're understanding all these concepts. Great. So let's have a complete course recap in a way where it also becomes a process checklist. But I don't want to make this entire recap. It will be a 5-10 minutes recap, but I don't want this recap to be a one-side communication or one-way communication. Wherever I ask question, do answer those questions because that is how it becomes a revision for all of you as well, right? So let me just open that. There you go. Let's just zoom a bit so all of you can see it. So SEO process to kickstart the project. Number one is to understand the client business, which you can easily do that by going through with the website. Second is to understand the target location, the services, the products they want to promote, right? And third thing is to do a competition analysis. Now, these three steps, ideally you get to know from the client itself. Like clients, you can ask this question to your client and they will be helping you out, to sharing all this important details, like what are the locations they want to target, what are the products they want to tap, and what are the competitors, right? And fourth step is a step basically from where you start officially with your SEO campaign. We call that as a keyword research, or you can also call that as a keyword discovery, right? Now it has entire process, okay, for the keyword research. For that, first you have to understand the buyer's persona, okay, where you also have to do the mind mapping, which is there in a part of your assignment. So how you do mind mapping? You need to place yourself at the place of customer. You need to keep yourself at the place of customer and think that you being a customer, what kind of keywords you will be searching on Google, right? So that becomes your buyer persona and mind mapping. Go through the website, okay? It will also give you a good understanding about the products and services they sell. Third is going on Google and check what Google suggests. So search those keywords on Google. And also at the bottom of Google, you see Google related searches. So what I'm doing here is I'm gathering my raw list of keywords ready. And once you have a raw list of keyword ready with you, then what do? You add those keywords into a keyword planner, right? And in keyword planner, you get to know how many people are actually searching about that keyword and what is the competition around those keywords, right? Now, there are different types of keyword, like the core services, the brand-based keywords, informative keywords, and influencer keywords. Having said that, I have missed out an important, thing intentionally now, which you have to identify. So the question is, while choosing the final list of keyword, you should not miss out the low-hanging fruit. I've already given you a hint, which is the low-hanging fruit. So what I'm talking about here is, come on. So you should not miss out the low hanging fruits while finalizing the keyword. How many of you can answer it? Okay, I see a couple of people have answered it. Yes, I'm talking about the long tail keywords, right? So you should not miss out with the long tail keywords. Why? Because long tail keywords will give you immediate results. You can rank faster on those keywords. Why? Because you have got low competition and the conversion is on a higher side, right? And then once you have selected the final keywords, the fifth step is the keyword mapping. Now, what do you mean by keyword mapping? Come on, everyone. What do you mean by keyword mapping? Yes, can anyone answer this question? What do you mean by keyword mapping? So we do keyword mapping once we have, or you can call this as a keyword targeting. Once we have finalized the keyword, we do the keyword mapping. Okay, so keyword mapping is all about mapping the keywords to their respective pages. Okay, so targeting keyword on their respective landing pages. I hope all of you can recollect. I've given you an example of SEO page will be targeted. SEO related keywords will be targeted to the SEO pages. Social media related keywords will be targeted to social media related pages, and all the brand based keywords or core services keywords will be targeted to your home pages, right? So that is what keyword mapping is all about. So here you decide where, on which page you want to target those keywords, and once that is done, then you start with on page optimization. So on page optimization is nothing but where all you can target those keywords smartly on your web page. So where all you can target, you have title tag to target, you have description tag, heading tags, URL, content, your image alt tag. Then we have learned more about the schema where you can highlight your website into the search results. We have learned this live with the help of Search Console. Then you have robots.txt, which is the first file. When search engine bots come to your website, they visit first file is the robots.txt. From there, they get the indication from there where from there they actually get the kind of direction that how do you want them to crawl and index your website. And then you have XML sitemap, broken links, and canonicalization, right? So these are the parts of on-page optimization. Once that is done, you simultaneously also start with off-page SEO. Now, off-page includes link building. Okay, it is more focused towards the backlink building. Now, when I say link building, I'm talking about directories, articles, content marketing, and guest blogging. One important thing about the backlinking is do follow and no follow. Okay, so always remember this while getting a backlink from other website to your own website, try to get a do follow link. And while getting a backlink from while giving away a backlink from your website to other website, always give a no follow backlink. And having said that, always use a variation in your anchor text, because when you over optimize your anchor text, there are chances that Google may penalize your website, right? And then the best way to generate a link is to writing a high quality content. Okay, when you write a high quality content, automatically you get a lot of backlinks. I mean, people naturally will start sharing your content and giving you a link back from their blog. So that is what we have in off page. Post that, we've learned more about some tools. So these are the SEO tools which will help you to analyze and measure your SEO campaign. Okay, or it will also help you in SEO audit. You have Google Search Console, Google Page Speed, Screaming Frog for on-page audit, small SEO tools where you can check broken links, domain authority, plagiarism checker, all that you can find on small SEO tools. Pro Rank Tracker, which we have seen today to measure your keyword ranking, Moz, all in all, on page, backlinks, everything, spam analysis, all that you can track in Moz. Google Analytics to track the website traffic, and Website Grader to prepare pitches and proposals, right? And ninth one, which is the important one, because you will be working for a client, and this is, as I said, is a checklist to work on live projects. So SEO reporting is very important. Otherwise, client won't pay you if you don't submit them the SEO reports. So keyword rankings, so these are the KPIs, to measure your SEO campaign. Number one is keyword rankings, which you can check manually or with the tools. Second is Google Analytics, which will give you provide you website traffic detail. And third is link building activity, right? You have to share it with your client the number of links which you have built in this entire month. Okay, so client will be able to understand that okay, SEO team is working on it. They have built 50 backlinks for my website in this entire month, or 100 backlinks in this entire month, right? So this becomes a complete SEO process to kickstart the project. And in a way, it also becomes a complete course recap. So now I want your feedback. Okay. So, and before feedback, I also like to thank all of you personally. Thank you so much for being such a nice student. I've shared this entire checklist into the chat box. People who want to copy this, they can copy, or smart students have already clicked a picture of it. I have many students who always click the pictures of the slides. So thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Ameya, Archana, Nisha, Noel, Shashank, Shubham, Vaishali, Vinodini, and Yashwan. Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a nice student. And we are not ending yet. There is one more question to all of you. The last question: what will you do if I have given the checklist, but going forward, like 1 year down the line or 2 year down the line, when you're already working in a good agency, in a company, if you stuck somewhere, or if you're facing any challenge, what you will do at that time?